Hey everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 12. This is Group D we're going back to. Going to be MarchWaden and AreKharak, who are facing off here. I think that's how you say his name anyway. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Big thanks to Boom, by the way, who you probably have seen on stream before for assembling the replays for this one, which I think he did anyway. And we got a very nice info.txt. So, AreKharak picks Soban first, MarchWaden grabs Conf, and then takes Canyon Outpost. So that's going to be the map that they play on here. I think this is good for Conf. I mean, again, there's a lot of rocks to jump over with cruise missiles, with the siege cruisers, stuff like that. But definitely not a map that's too favored either way. It's always a fun one to see because, like, the carrier can only go one way here. And so it seems like players with good macro are definitely... Oh, whoa! What's this guy doing? Anyway, players with good macro are definitely rewarded for this, playing on this map because... You know, you can't just cover the flank with your carrier, which is sort of a common lazy game way to play. Looks like it's ref mode first for MarchWaden. How many salvagers does he have? 6. Okay, so again, I think you should probably take one of these RU guys and bring him over here, but to each their own. Certainly not my game. LAV Fab coming out for AreKharak now, and he's got 6 on the main. Looks like 2 on the expansion there. And looks like he's holding on to his base runner, but MarchWaden's going to retire that. Not playing it greedy, though. I like that. And that's especially going to be good, because AreKharak is going for some kind of an engage. You can see he's building the LAVs already. And this is kind of, you know, this is like what I did in my Game 2 against Sick IGN, I think. Yeah, actually really similar, right? Although I think he was playing Coalition at the time. Ref mode finishing in about 8 seconds. He's got the Skim Fab already. And we'll see how this develops here. One thing we've seen a lot of from AreKharak is that he'll build LAVs like this, but then he doesn't go and fight his opponent. I think that's really a mistake he needs to clean up, so we'll see if he's able to do that this time. So far it seems like kind of a similar game strategy here. Just building LAVs and... Okay, yeah, here we go. Now it looks like he's going to try to make the move out. Again, the problem with not doing it is that, you know, your opponent's getting economy, you're getting army, but you're not using it, so you're just giving him the advantage everywhere. So, Fleet Cap 45 comes out from MarchWaden now. He's probably just going to keep building skims. Let's see... Yeah, he sees the probe now, but he still doesn't see any army from his opponent. And that can actually be considered a bit of a fake. Like, sometimes you'll build a probe like this so that you can make your opponent think that you're going for, like, SC first. We'll see if MarchWaden bites at that, but yeah, he's going to see the LAVs now, so that's kind of the game given up here. And we'll see what AreKharak is going to do. I mean, now his opponent knows what's going on, so now's the time to get some damage done if you're going to do it, because that window is going to close really, really quickly here. MarchWaden, in fact, building a PC right now. And it looks like AAV Fab coming out, but he's got to attack with these LAVs. Okay, here we go. See, what he's done previously is just guard the base runner into the extraction zone, but it's not worth it. The one artifact is not good enough compensation for losing the economy, so he does want to get in here and see if he can fight, and right now he's got the numbers. Yeah, it's 8-5, right? Yeah, so he can definitely win this if he takes the fight well. Solchit Tech starting up for MarchWaden, by the way. Yeah, but he's not really willing to commit to it here. He needs to try and swing out wide and get the engage. Right now there's a window where he can just do that because he's been made. Yeah. Right now there's a window where he can do that because, like, even if the skims jump on him, it's 8 against 5. He'll win that, right? But he's not using that window. So this is definitely something I think AreKharak could clean up on his game here. And Power 1 teching as well, so see, like, MarchWaden really is closing that window really shut, right? Like, he's like, no, you're not going to get any damage on me right now. I've got carrier power, I've got a Solchit Tech coming, I've got 2 PC to build skims. You're not going to do damage. And, well, if you don't have eco, you're losing, right? So this is not good for AreKharak. One well-placed missile, and that's a different... Yeah, good point. I mean, really, when you're engaging on Conf in the early game, you do have to really be vigilant about those missiles. Oh, and look at this. It's Interceptor Tech coming out before. Now, we've seen, I think... Who was this now? Playing against AreKharak. Oh, gosh, I can't remember who was in his group. I can check in that picture I showed in the last game. It's Void Warrior, yeah. Cookies. Yeah, I think that was it. Cookies was playing against AreKharak, and, you know, he's got, oh. Hold up now. Actually, it's MarchWaden engaging first. You don't expect to see that. See, I look away for one moment and look what happens. Anyway, Cookies was fighting with AreKharak and he had air, but like having all of the LAVs here, it was kind of difficult for Cookies to actually get too much value. Like that soft anti-air was enough. So we'll see if that's repeated this time. I had expected that the assault ships were going to be the answer to LAVs. Yeah, it looks like he is going to build them. Ah, look at this. Nice moves. I mean, I've always thought AreKharak controls his army pretty well. I've always thought. I mean, we've cast one series of these, but you know. Anyway, he's taking good trades here. I think he lost 1 for 1. He got 1 for free over here. And he will catch out this this little skim blob here. So this foray by MarchWaden was probably ill-advised. Make no mistake, right? AAVs versus assault ships, plus all of these LAVs, that's definitely going to spin the fight for the coalition players. So that is actually good. I mean, MarchWaden has to kind of turtle here for a little bit, but he's fine to do it because he's ahead. And he's getting bombers. Uh-oh. Wait, did MarchWaden really get a salvager? Oh my gosh, I missed that. Well, there you go. He got something for it then, right? ALM getting poked here, but that's not really a big deal. These things are actually pretty hard to kill with just a few sand skimmers. You really need a few to get some damage on him fast. And AreKharak going straight to BC Fab off 2 base. Wow, alright. Hey man, if it works, it works. Not sure if it will though. Of course, I mean, we've got precision bomber tech done from MarchWaden. That's a nice answer to cruisers. I mean, this light anti-air, it's gonna do nothing against the bombers, right? So, you know, AreKharak really needs to have some anti-air here. But he doesn't know. He hasn't scouted. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, but you know what the problem is that on ConF you can't see the air tech. However, this light blinking here, I think, means that air is building. Doesn't matter if it's interceptors or bombers, it'll be this light. So perhaps he's saying, okay, he's building interceptors, don't need to worry about that. Or frankly, perhaps he doesn't notice at all. But, yeah, this is bombers, and I mean, that's, you know, that's a counter to battle cruisers if there ever was one. You know, you need anti-air for that, and I mean like hard anti-air. Probably you need fighter and gunship. It's gonna be tough. Bit of ALM spam, you know, not a big fan of that, but he needs to bring these guys back, and this will buy him a little bit of time, so in this case it might be justified, but here come the bombers. Casting quite a shadow over the landscape. It looks like he's targeting that support cruiser first here. Yeah, and he'll get it. I mean, you know, what's the answer? There's nothing you can do about this. Down goes the support cruiser and 4 salvagers. Oh, that's brutal, man. Assault ship's not really going to be able to get too much done, though. But you see why he's doing it. Like, he's trying to attack with everything at once. Not usually a bad idea, so. And now, AreKharak going to be scrambling. Like, okay, I got to get some anti-air here, but what's it going to be? I mean, probably missile battery fab, right? But man, that's a big hit to the eco. Like, it's gonna take a long time to get that. Bomber, meanwhile, just kind of satiating itself by killing AVs. I would actually rather see him take out the army, but I know he is worried about being attacked now because he is weak. Yeah, this ain't good, man. This ain't good. And the thing is, like, MarchWaden is building 5 bombers, right? So you know what happens when you get a bit of anti-air, you're trying to get the anti-air net on your feet, and he just kills it. You know, it's like, it's horrible. I mean, this is really, really bad for AreKharak. So, support cruiser just comes out, and here's the bomber, right? I mean, it's only one here, but here comes the other one to follow it. It's actually targeting a logistics bomb right now. Does he have the... Oh my gosh, he even has the ammo upgrade, so he actually can kill this with 1 bomber. So he's just gonna go for salvagers with the other one. Oh, this is terrible. Oh dear, he didn't actually finish. That's okay. He's got more bombers. It doesn't matter. yeah. AreKharak is like, I'm not enjoying this. He just dopes out of that one. Dang, man. That's brutal. Let's jump into game 2 here. Again, I think, you know, the mistake is really obvious, right? Like, you're building army in the early game, but you're not using it. It's not good enough. You know, you've got to, if you build army instead of eco, you've got to use that army. So let's see if you can clean it up for game 2 here. Looks like faction picks stay the same. AreKharak is going to grab Firebase Krill for this one. Gotta love Firebase Krill. Staple map. So, let's see what the builds are this time. MarchWaden not retiring the base... Wait a minute. This is alright. I'm so smart. Okay, MarchWaden is retiring the base runner. Well, I guess I don't know then. The question is, did he smoke on the way in, right? That's crucial, you know. Anyway, 2 cells produced here. This looks pretty similar to game 1. And LAV fab coming out from AreKharak. Refinery mode for MarchWaden. Yeah, it looks like it's the same build as last time. He's going to do the same 8-up thing as well. Actually, no. Changed his mind here. He's going to cancel LAV fab. Okay, this is what we wanted to see. Some kind of adaptation here. I think this will probably be an SC then. You can see he's waiting for the CUs for it. There's the money, and yep, there's the SC. Really nice timing as well. Again, I don't think he needs 2 salvagers on RUs. That'll speed up his timing a little bit. This is pretty good. And he has these guys here to long distance mine, which always feels great. Get those guys on the CUs. And he has the probe out to scout and see what his opponent is doing as well. I like to hold the base runner back at home. Hello and welcome to the Dreamlands. Yeah. Anyway, I like to hold the base runner back at home just in case you get attacked. You've got a little bit more defense that way. Well, see, the thing is, he doesn't necessarily say it's north. Well, yeah, this is north, so this is south. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, he checks the degrees on the map to decide which way is north and which way is south. It's very funny to me. A logistics module. Very nice. Very nice. What do you think about this positioning here? I'm trying to think where the best place... I mean, for a logistics module, I usually like to just tuck them away where they can be safe, or like keep them on the base so that you can defend them both, but... For an armed logistics module, which is also kind of a weapon, it's a good question where you want to put it. Some skims are coming now, by the way, so AreKharak is just gonna start building a couple of LAVs. Does take some poke on his base runner here, but he can just heal this up going to the support cruiser, not a big deal. And with the targeting jammer, he can probably get some damage here on these skims as well. Looks like he's not going to commit it though. It has a bit of a cooldown, but there's nothing wrong with using it in this kind of scenario. What's MarchWaden up to meanwhile? Looks like he's banking up a bunch of resources. Maybe he wants to go for another PC. Oh, it's the window for the targeting jammer. Ah, he misses the window though. Doesn't use that there. Yeah, you think it's better on the high ground? The question is, like, do you want it right after the high ground? Because if people have to jump over the hill, right as they crest the hill, they get stunned. It's kind of an interesting question. But high ground means more damage, right? So, plus more coverage as well. I mean, obviously, if you have it right here, it can't cover anything there, which is in its range, but... Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish that these things just did damage. They didn't have a stun, because that stun is just so annoying when you're playing against Sowan, but it is definitely cool. It's BC Fab again, okay. I mean, it didn't work last time, of course, but we'll see. Maybe he manages to play this a little better. He needs to be watching with this probe, right? Because his problem last time was that the air tech was visible, but he just kind of didn't do anything about it. And then bombers came out and just absolutely wrecked it. So... he's got to be watching for it this time. You mean like going into this place? I mean, you can avoid getting stuck here if you're careful, but yes, this is a carrier stuck spot. You need to watch out anytime you're moving past this rock here as Coalition. Uh-oh, logistics module gonna get attacked here. Again, base runner not really in a position to use its targeting jammer, but it's here getting healed, so I understand. Uh-oh, he's kind of taking a bad fight though. There we go. There's the targeting jammer, but it's just to bail him out. Ooh, that ain't great. And MarchWaden jumping up onto 3 base, by the way, he's getting skim armor too, I guess because he knows, like, listen, my opponent is not building anything but LAVs. Just get some more power on my skims, I'll be fine with that. We'll see what he's going to do with the tech, though. He does have one assault ship done here. Gonna get seen by the probe also. But interceptors are open if he wants it, or he could go for siege this time. And a battlecruiser queued up for AreKharak now. Looks like it's going to be Conneff Siege. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, right after you crest the dune there, the logistics module hits him with the stun. Yeah, this is really, really good, actually. And AreKharak now with the high ground, as he's on the chase here, he's going to get a lot of these skims. Drops another ALM to try and catch them on the way out, too. I kind of like that. It's a little cheeky. Really wants to get this base set up, though. Because, like, right now, MarchWaden is on 3, and he's just sitting here on 2. It's 4 cruiser anti-air. Okay, yeah. See, that's the adaptation. He knows he doesn't want to get killed by bombers again, but you should be aware. I mean, SC anti-air does not do that much against bombers, but still, you know, he's going to get it, and that's not such a bad idea. Better, though, for sure, is to have the probe come out here and see if your opponent is building air, right? But, a little easier said than done. It is Conneff. He's got assault chips, and you know you can't see the tech here. You can just see if he's building, so don't mind this too much. Here comes the first BC onto the field. And MarchWaden might be a little surprised about this. This is very early timing. 6.5 minutes, so this is pretty quick. But we'll see. I mean, MarchWaden's already got siege cruiser tech on the way. That is, you know, that can be an answer to battle cruisers. It's just, it's not such an easy fight to take. You know, battle cruisers can win, siege cruisers can win. It's based on how you play it. Excuse me. MarchWaden building base runners right now, but now that siege cruiser tech is done, I imagine he'll start getting that. Armor 3 coming out. I really gotta say, I like it when players get the upgrades here, but in this case, it might really not do too much value for him because the BC is out. EMP rounds, oh yeah, they help a lot. When you get the EMP shell and you hit the battle cruisers with that, that's, you know, that's when the carrier can just start laying on them. He does have that first siege cruiser building, by the way. Takes a lot of damage on those LAVs actually, but only loses one. He can heal these guys up, but it's gonna take a bit of momentum away from AreKharak. It's not clear that he can win this fight against the BC. Well, he's gonna try it though. Now, this is, you know, it's 5-on-1, but ooh, yeah. you see what I mean, right? Especially with the new armor on the BC, like, this thing is difficult to kill. Well, you know, he's got high ground, though. Uh-oh, and he's targeting the base runner, too. He really doesn't want to be doing that. He needs to get, like, maybe if the LAVs go in, they'll just die in, like, one shot. Oh dear, he's gonna kill a battlecruiser with freaking assault chips here. But AreKharak does deny one of the extracts. Okay, there's the field repairs coming out. This thing might actually be attackable from, like, right here. Yeah, MarchWaden thinks the same. It looks like it is pretty robust. Oh, he's trying to target the base runner and just stop the extract, but there's the smoke from the Conneff player here. MarchWaden really wants these artifacts. And there's that first siege cruiser too, so losing a BC like this, kind of just for nothing. This doesn't feel good. Death by a million cuts, you know. Oh, MarchWaden, you're at the extraction zone. No. Ah. Oh, he's just standing still. He could get over the hill too if he wanted to. Oh, oh man. No, he can't get it out. That was a bit awkward. Let's see what upgrades he has. Yeah, MarchWaden has EMP rounds. That's what he needs to take out this BC now. And, you know, when the siege cruiser is in range, the BC... Oh, gosh. The siege cruiser just fired all the shots at everyone. I'm not sure how I was able to do that. But when the... You know, when the BCs are fighting the siege... Like, when the siege cruisers, that is, are in the area, these soul chips are kind of immortal, because if the BC wants to win the fight, it has to be hitting the siege cruiser, right? And so that gives the assault chips free reign to just attack it here. But MarchWaden wants to play this right. He needs to bring the siege cruiser up. Uh-oh, these guys getting hit by 2 as well. Yeah, they don't look so immortal now, do they? My point is that, like, if he has to be hitting the siege cruiser, he's not going to be hitting the assault chips, but here he kind of lets the fight get split up. That looks like he's got range up there. No, he doesn't. He's kidding. Anyhow, 2 siege cruisers here to 3 battle cruisers. But AreKharak is just not really controlling these super well. No judgment here, of course. I'm pretty bad with BCs too. I'm sure everyone knows that, but... Okay, but MarchWaden wants to be careful here now, because this is a lot of Alpha Strike. Just gonna step back away. Wants to really mobilize that carrier. You can see he's pulling it off, even though he doesn't have a PC there. I think that's got to be the right call. Getting missile ships, too. Actually, I like it, because again, you know, air is a threat, but also that barrage can be really useful against the BCs, especially when you have the stun here. Oh, he's actually already got a missile ship. Anyway, you also have armor 3, and so you're able to use it this way. Whereas, you know, not having many assault ships because it's BCs you're up against, you're not going to have much value out of that armor 3, but here, you know, the missile ships can use it as well. He's actually backing the carrier back out. I would have kept it up here. I mean, definitely you want a PC to go over there, because it's the main base, which is more valuable. But I think he kind of whiffed the EMP there, actually. He kind of come back to bite him here. One siege cruiser goes down. Here's an EMP shot. Okay, and that's perfect to now drop the missile ship on. But okay, look at this. Using the smoke right as the EMP goes down is really smart, right? Then, yeah, okay, you can't move, but you couldn't move anyway. And you can't be shot at, and you're healing. So that's actually really, really good. BC under fire here now. It's gonna find its way onto the third base here, but I mean, obviously there's no support, but still, these VCs could definitely put production cruisers, but this one's gonna go down here. It's kind of diving in a little bit too deep at this point, I think. Again, this is what I was talking about. These assault ships are just hitting for free, right? Because, you know, he can't be shooting at the assault ships. He's got to shoot at the siege cruisers. And MarchWaden does have the carrier here now, so the missiles are coming in too. Oh, but the PC is really low here. But the BC, oh no, it stopped firing at it, so this production cruiser is gonna live on like 100 health here now. Oh, that's brutal. And it looks like MarchWaden building another PC as well, so now he's gonna be able to mobilize that carrier. It's starting to power it up too. I love to see it. And AreKharak has a base runner, but he's not extracting here. The question is, will this flank get anything done? These PCs are surviving for a long, long time, but yeah, I don't know. This is tough. I mean, just so many BCs have died here, and MarchWaden has not lost very much. Wow, the units lost stat doesn't agree. But seems he has lost quite a lot, but you know, just so many losses unrequited here. I'm not sure how well this is gonna go for AreKharak. You can see, by the way, massive float on the CUs as well, and it's because these BCs are really expensive on RUs. It would be nice to see him build some LAVs and for sure get this production upgrade as well. MarchWaden not spending so well either though, so that's for sure. Getting kind of collapsed on here though, and this is a really nice concave. Oh no, you can't see the barrage. This is a nice concave to have because, you know, siege cruisers do AoE, so if you come at two different angles, you won't be taking it. And the death by assault ships, yeah, seriously. I mean, assault ships can really contribute to this kind of fight. You can't discount them, you know. And that's, I think, kind of what AreKharak is doing. He figures, like, he can fight this, but it's not so easy. Would really like to see MarchWaden get some railguns at this point, though. I mean, when there's this many BCs out, you know it's like, this is a threat that ain't going away, so. Never knew it hit him. Someone's gonna be mad they spent that much money on a single LAV though. Looks like it's interceptors, which probably means bombers. But, you know, AreKharak really needs to bring some support cruisers out here. Look, John, it's more BCs. Can you believe it?
I'm a fan.
Yeah, he's not using them super well though. Here's another smoke. Just trying to heal this guy up here, but I'd rather he uses the smokes when he's like getting hit by siege cruisers like this, and then the EMP comes out on him. Yeah, but this is the other problem. Once he gets smoked, right, he's gonna get hit by the carrier missiles. So, well, I don't know. This is actually starting to look pretty good. This is a pretty big wedge here. You can see AreKharak is bringing that carrier in too. Still no support cruisers though, and that's what I think he really needs. But MarchWaden's gonna have that air pretty soon. We'll see what that's able to do. I unplugged my mic for a second. it's starting to go bad though. The era of the tomato is ending. Power 3 coming out from MarchWaden now. There's no power at all for AreKharak. Again, he's got this base spinner. I mean, it would be nice if he was extracting this whole time. That's it's a little too late for that. Caught in siege. Disgusting. Looks like the BCs are starting to win it though.
It's on a games patch.
Yeah. Okay, one BC goes down again, but this PC is gonna fall here. These missile ships have their barrage, but I don't see it stacking up here. He doesn't have enough defense now. Yeah. This is really interesting because I mean AreKharak bled so many battle cruisers, but he's still managing to get his way in here. And MarchWaden has that air tech, but it ain't doing anything for him now. He hasn't been able to build anything. He's starting to run the carrier out now, but I don't know. This seems pretty late. Got the weapons powered up though, so he's doing damage to these BCs, but I feel like AreKharak can just build them too fast, like he's building them faster than they're dying here. This is 4 BCs cramming around this carrier now. That doesn't feel good. Yeah, that's pretty much gotta be the game right there. I mean AreKharak is just gonna F2 click him at this point. Still sitting here at home with the base splitter. High value unit, right, John? But you know, there we go. There's the retire from the Gauntlet carrier. And AreKharak manages to win game 2. I like the adaptation, right? I like how, you know, this time he doesn't try to go for like an early attack and then not attack. This time he goes for eco.
Was ist das?
Was ist das? Das ist die okay. Nah. Anyway, gonna be a 1-1 then. I think the first we've seen in this group stage, actually. It's kind of surprising. Well played to AreKharak then. And thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.